Did you know that only 1% of cars ever reach 500,000 miles? Most people think hitting 200,000 miles is impressive, but what if I told you that's barely braking in your engine? The truth is, with the right habits, your car can easily cruise past 500,000 miles without major repairs. In today's video, I'll reveal the 6 critical habits that separate cars that die young from those that become legends. We'll also expose the biggest lie mechanics tell you about oil changes, a myth that's destroyed more engines than accidents. Stick around until the end because I'll share a secret maintenance trick that costs under $5 but can add 200,000 miles to your car's life. Let's dive in. Habit number 1, master the art of oil changes. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Following your owner's manual for oil changes is the fastest way to kill your engine. I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out. Most manufacturers recommend 7,500 to 10,000 mile oil change intervals. Sounds convenient, right? Less hassle, fewer trips to the shop. But here's what they don't tell you. These extended intervals are designed to make ownership look cheaper during the warranty period. After that, you're on your own with a sludged-up engine. The real-world rule: change your oil every 5,000 miles or 6 months with full synthetic oil, whichever comes first. This isn't just my opinion. It's backed by engine rebuilders, fleet managers, and drivers who've actually hit 500,000 miles. Why 5,000 miles? Because oil doesn't just lubricate, it cleans, cools, and protects. After 5,000 miles of stop-and-go traffic, extreme temperatures, and microscopic combustion particles, even the best synthetic oil starts breaking down. Here's your action plan. Use only full synthetic oil that meets your car's specifications. Change the filter every time, no exceptions. Keep a log of every oil change with date and mileage. If you drive in severe conditions, city traffic, extreme heat, dusty roads, consider 4,000-mile intervals. I've seen Toyota Camrys with over 400,000 miles that follow this rule religiously. Their engines still purr like new. Compare that to cars following manufacturer intervals. Most need major engine work by 150,000 miles. The cost difference? About $200 extra per year. The savings? Avoiding a $6,000 engine replacement. You do the math. For more details on choosing the right oil, check out our video, 5 best motor oils that actually protect your engine. Habit number 2, never ignore your transmission. Your transmission is the most expensive component in your car after the engine. Yet 90% of drivers completely ignore it until it's too late. By the time you feel slipping or hear grinding, you're not fixing the transmission. You're replacing it for $4,000 to $8,000. The silent killer. Transmission fluid looks fine for years. It stays red, doesn't smell burnt, and your car keeps shifting smoothly. But underneath that calm surface, microscopic clutch particles, metal shavings, and heat-damaged additives are grinding away at your gears like liquid sandpaper. The 500K mile rule: service your transmission every 60,000 miles or 5 years, whichever comes first. For hybrids, you can stretch it to 80,000 miles, but don't push beyond that. Critical warning: never flush a high-mileage transmission that's been neglected. If your car has over 100,000 miles and you've never serviced the transmission, stick to a simple drain and fill. Flushing can dislodge debris that's actually holding worn parts together. The right way to service: 1. Drain the old fluid. This only gets about 40% of the total fluid. 2. Replace the filter if accessible. 3. Refill with the exact OEM specified fluid. 4th, drive 1,000 miles and repeat the process. Fluid specifications matter. Use Toyota WS for Toyota vehicles, Honda ATF-DW, 1 for Hondas, and Mopar ATF +4 for Chrysler products. Generic universal fluids might save $20 but can cost you a transmission. I've personally seen a 2005 Honda Accord with 480,000 miles that had its transmission serviced every 60,000 miles. It still shifts like the day it left the factory. The owner spent maybe $800 total on transmission maintenance over 15 years. Compare that to 1 transmission replacement. Watch our detailed transmission service guide, How to Service Your Transmission Like a Pro. Habit number 3, timing belt replacement. This is where cars either become legends or expensive paperweights. Your timing belt is a $50 part that controls thousands of dollars worth of engine components. When it breaks, and not if, but when, it can destroy your entire engine in milliseconds. The interference engine reality. Most modern engines are interference engines, meaning if the timing belt snaps, the pistons slam into the valves at full speed. The result? Bent valves, damaged pistons, and a repair bill that often exceeds the car's value. The 500K mile schedule. Replace your timing belt every 80,000 miles or 8 years, whichever comes first. Don't wait for 100,000 miles like some manufacturers suggest. That's gambling with your engine's life. Why time matters too. Even if you only drive 5,000 miles per year, that belt is aging from heat cycles, oil exposure, and simple time. Rubber degrades whether you drive or not. The smart approach: when you replace the timing belt, also replace water pump. It's right there, and labor's 80% of the cost. Tensioner and idler pulleys, all drive belts, thermostat while the cooling system is drained. Yes, this turns a $200 job into an $800 to $1,200 service, but you're essentially bulletproofing your engine for the next 80,000 miles. Warning signs, though timing belts usually fail without warning. Ticking noise from the engine bay. Oil leak near the timing cover, engine misfiring or running rough. Real-world example. I know a mechanic who owns a 1998 Toyota 4Runner with 520,000 miles. He's replaced the timing belt 3 times, at 90,000, 170,000, and 250,000 miles. Total cost, about $2,400. His engine has never had internal damage and still runs perfectly. The alternative? One timing belt failure would have cost him $4,000 to $6,000 in engine repairs, assuming the engine was even worth rebuilding. For a complete timing belt replacement guide, watch Timing Belt Replacement Complete DIY Guide. Habit number 4, cooling system maintenance, your engine's life support. Your cooling system is your engine's life support system, yet most people treat coolant like it's permanent. It's not. After 5 years of heat cycles, even the best coolant turns from protector to destroyer. The chemical breakdown. Modern coolants contain corrosion inhibitors, anti-foaming agents, and pH buffers. Over time, these additives deplete, and the coolant becomes acidic. Once that happens, it stops protecting and starts eating your engine from the inside out. The damage timeline. Years 1 to 3, coolant protects perfectly. Years 4 to 5, protection starts declining. Years 6 plus, coolant becomes corrosive, attacking gaskets, seals, and metal components. Symptoms of neglected coolant. White smoke from exhaust, head gasket failure. Mysterious coolant loss with no visible leaks. Rusty or brown coolant. Overheating despite full coolant levels. Sweet smell in the cabin. Heater core failure. The 500K mile protocol. Flush your cooling system every 5 years or 60,000 miles, whichever comes first. Not 100,000 miles, not when it looks dirty, every 5 years, period. The right way to flush? 1. Drain the system completely, radiator drain and engine block drains. 2. Fill with distilled water and run the engine to operating temperature. 3. Drain again and repeat until water runs clear. 4. Fill with 50-50 mix of OEM coolant and distilled water. 5. Bleed all air from the system properly. Critical mistake to avoid: never mix different coolant types. Pink, orange, yellow, and green coolants have different chemistries. Mixing them can create gel-like substances that clog your entire cooling system. Cost reality check. A cooling system flush costs $150 to $250. A head gasket replacement? $2,000 to $4,000. A new engine due to overheating damage? $5,000 to $8,000. I've seen a 2003 Honda Civic with 440,000 miles that had its coolant flushed religiously every 5 years. The owner spent maybe $600 total on cooling system maintenance. The engine has never overheated, never needed a head gasket, and the heater still works perfectly. Learn the complete cooling system service procedure. Cooling system flush the right way. Habit number 5, brake system maintenance, Safety meets longevity. Here's something most people don't realize. Proper brake maintenance isn't just about safety. It's crucial for reaching 500,000 miles. Why? Because if you can't stop safely, you won't be driving that long. The hidden killer. Brake fluid is hygroscopic, meaning it absorbs moisture from the air. Over 2 to 3 years, brake fluid can absorb enough water to drop its boiling point by over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. When your brakes get hot, mountain driving, heavy traffic, emergency stops, old fluid can boil, creating air bubbles that make your brake pedal feel spongy or fail completely. The science. Fresh dot. 3 brake fluid boils at 401 degrees Fahrenheit. After absorbing just 3% moisture, that drops to 284 degrees Fahrenheit, a temperature easily reached during hard braking. The 500K mile schedule. Flush brake fluid every 2 years, regardless of mileage. This isn't negotiable if you want maximum safety and component longevity. Beyond fluid, complete brake maintenance. Inspect brake pads every 15,000 miles. Replace pads before they hit the wear indicators. Resurface or replace rotors when they show scoring or warping. Lubricate caliper slide pins annually. Replace brake hoses every 6 to 8 years. They deteriorate from the inside out. The cascade effect. Neglected brakes don't just fail, they damage other expensive components. Worn pads destroy rotors. Seized calipers overheat fluid. Contaminated fluid corrodes brake lines and ABS components. DIY brake fluid test. You can check your brake fluid's condition with a simple $25 tester. If moisture content exceeds 3%, flush immediately. We've linked our recommended tester in the description. Real-world impact. I know a taxi driver with a 2008 Toyota Prius that has 380,000 miles. He flushes brake fluid every 18 months and inspects pads every oil change. His brake system is still original except for pads and one set of rotors. Total brake maintenance cost over 12 years? About $1,200. Compare that to drivers who ignore brakes until they fail. They often spend $2,000 plus on emergency repairs. Pro tip: when replacing brake pads, always replace them in axle sets, both front or both rear. Mismatched pads can cause uneven braking and premature wear. For complete brake maintenance procedures, watch Complete Brake System Service Guide. Habit number 6, the foundation, comprehensive fluid management. This final habit ties everything together, managing all your vehicle's fluids as a complete system. Cars that reach 500,000 miles don't get there by accident. They get there through systematic, comprehensive maintenance. The fluid ecosystem. Your car has 8 to 12 different fluids, each with specific functions and service intervals. Engine oil, every 5,000 miles. Transmission fluid, every 60,000 miles. Coolant, every 5 years. Brake fluid, every 2 years. Power steering fluid, every 3 years. Differential fluid, every 50,000 miles. Transfer case fluid, every 50,000 miles if equipped. Fuel system cleaner, every 15,000 miles. The master schedule approach. Create a comprehensive maintenance schedule that tracks all fluids. Don't just change oil and hope for the best. Manage your car like the complex machine it is. Sample 500,000-mile fluid schedule. Every 5,000 miles, engine oil and filter. Every 15,000 miles, fuel system treatment. Inspect all fluid levels. Every 30,000 miles, air filter, cabin filter. Inspect all hoses. Every 50,000 miles, differential service, transfer case service. Every 60,000 miles, transmission service, spark plugs. Every 2 years, brake fluid flush. Every 3 years, power steering fluid flush. Every 5 years, coolant system flush. The documentation secret: keep meticulous records. Use a simple notebook or smartphone app to log every service with date, mileage, and what was done. This serves 3 purposes. 1. You never miss critical maintenance. 2. You can spot patterns and problems early. 3. It dramatically increases resale value. Quality matters. Always use OEM or OEM equivalent fluids. Generic fluids might save $10 to $20 per service, but can cost thousands in premature component failure. The compound effect: each fluid system supports the others. Clean oil reduces engine heat, helping the cooling system. Fresh coolant prevents corrosion that could contaminate other systems. Proper transmission service reduces stress on the engine. Real-world proof. I've documented several vehicles over 400,000 miles, and they all share one trait: comprehensive fluid management from day one. These aren't special cars. They're regular Toyotas, Hondas, and even domestic vehicles that received exceptional care. The total annual cost of this comprehensive approach? About $800 to $1,200 per year, depending on your vehicle. Compare that to the average car payment of $500 plus per month, and you're looking at incredible value. Bonus tip: the $5 secret that adds 200,000 miles. Here's the secret I promised. Buy a $5 composition notebook and become obsessive about documentation. Write down every single thing you do to your car: oil changes, tire rotations, repairs, even car washes. Why does this work? Because patterns emerge. You'll notice that your car uses more oil in summer. You'll see that certain repairs happen in clusters. You'll catch problems before they become expensive failures. More importantly, when you eventually sell your car, that notebook is worth thousands in added value. Buyers will pay premium prices for well-documented vehicles because they know what they're getting. I've seen 200,000-mile cars with complete maintenance logs sell for $3,000 to $5,000, more than identical cars without documentation. That $5 notebook literally pays for itself hundreds of times over. These 6 habits aren't just maintenance tips. They're the blueprint for automotive longevity. Follow them religiously, and 500,000 miles isn't just possible, it's probable. But here's what most people miss. Even perfect maintenance won't save you if you ignore the early warning signs. In our next video, I'll reveal the 7 sounds your car makes before expensive failures. Sounds that most drivers ignore until it's too late. Don't let your car become another statistic. Subscribe to our channel for more money-saving automotive advice, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our latest tips. What's your current mileage, and which of these habits have you been neglecting? Drop a comment below and let me know. I rate every single one and often feature viewer questions in future videos. If this video saved you from expensive repairs, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Remember, the best time to start these habits was when you bought your car. The second best time is right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll dive deep into those critical warning sounds that predict expensive failures.